In today's video, not only am I going to cook my way through reading, I am also going to travel through the pages. Stay tuned. Welcome back to this week's episode with the Ingrid Chronicles. I recently niched down my channel and I am having a blast bringing you new cozy mysteries for you to read and delicious recipes that follow the story's theme. I love that I get to immerse myself into different cultures through the stories as I travel into the book and as I cook my way through reading. My first cozy cooking and book review, we went to two different parts of the world, Taiwan and the UK, and you saw me make crab rangoon as we introduced you to Lana Lee in Death by Dumpling by Vivian Chien. In the second read, Don't Talk About Murder, we went down to Mexico, had some delicious birria tacos, and today we are going to make our way through Italy in The Enemy You Gnocchi by the best-selling author Catherine Burns. The book is number 3 of the Italian Chef Mysteries. I can't wait to dive into this one, guys. Let's go. So this particular book I picked up on Kindle Unlimited, so it's downloaded onto my Kindle and I am just having a blast. So as you know, I'm going to prepare the meal as I go through the story. I will share some history and then get back to the recipe. So right now in this Dutch oven pot, I just threw in some garlic, some oil, and some onions because I am going to make a sauce to prepare for my gnocchi. So let me give you a quick book synopsis, and I picked this up through Goodreads and also Amazon. So it is Christmas time in the Harvest Park, New York. So you want to grab your cocoa and sleuthing snow boots for a Christmas cozy mystery sure to slay. It is the deadliest time of the year. And of course, you know that with these cozy mysteries, there's a whole bunch of puns in there. So time is actually spelled T-H-Y-M-E. I just had to throw that in there. So with snow dusting the ground and sauce sizzling on the stove, just like I am making this delicious sauce. So you saw me put in some tomato paste and a can of this chopped tomatoes in there. We want to make sure we stay in the theme of the story. As I introduce you to the local chef, Tessa Esposito, she is ready to serve up some birthday holiday cheer. And with the annual Festival of Lights underway, it seems nothing can dim her spirits, not even Mario Rosso, the newest Scrooge in town whose espresso bar has been quickly disrupting businesses and stealing customers from the Harvest Park's favorite coffee house. But when Mario is discovered at the festival's opening face down in a Santa suit, Tessa realizes that bah humbug runs deeper than she could have imagined. And when one of her dearest friends is implicated in the murder, she must make a list of Mario's enemies, check them twice, and discover the cold-blooded killer, especially before they can slay again. All right, so to this, the rest of these ingredients, you also want to season them well. So you want to add in some salt, pepper to taste, some oregano, some parsley, some garlic powder, and thyme, and a little bit of rosemary and some basil. And then you're just going to let this simmer on low until the veggies become a little soft, but you don't want to brown them too much either. So I had some Cajun style andouille sausage in the fridge. And so this is what I'm going to use to add into my sauce. But you can use any type of sausage that you like. You can use sweet Italian, which that's the one that I should have used. But I'm going to use the ingredients that I have on hand. But basically you can add the sausage, you can leave it out. You can add pork, you can add any types of meat, chicken, whatever your preference. I'm just using, again, what I had in the fridge. And so I'm going to slice these up and add them to the sauce. Now, besides the characters and the plot twists that are found in the book, I also love that the author included some recipes. I love when the cozy books really do include recipes because it allows me to try new things and feature them here on my channel. So I'm making gnocchi. I'm not making the homemade version. I brought a pre-packaged gnocchi. However, the book does have a recipe, but let me share with you what they do have. They have Christmas time cookies, which I believe you're going to use actual time to make these delicious cookies. I've never baked with thyme for a sweet treat, so I would definitely love to try these. And when I do, I will make sure to reference it. The next recipe that they have is gingerbread pizel. This is also a sweet treat. We also have Harvest Park hot chocolate cookies and Tessa's Easy Gnocchi. Now, this is definitely one recipe that I'm going to make because I would like to make my own gnocchi from scratch. Very easy to follow, a little bit of ingredients. You're only going to need some russet potatoes, some all-purpose flour, some ricotta, Parmesan, eggs, salt and pepper, and that's it. So once I make them, I will definitely reference this again and come back to the story even to remind you of how good it is, so that you can try it as well. Now, I added a little bit of truvia because I like my sauce to be a little bit sweet because we have the heat from the sausage. I also added a can of diced tomatoes because I'm making my own homemade sauce instead of using the store-bought can. I think that when making your own spaghetti sauce, it tastes so much better. I don't know. It's just me. You're using fresh ingredients and it's just, it really makes the flavor pop. And just like I am using all of these ingredients to bring this dish together, that is what Catherine Bruns was able to do with all of the characters, as well as the plots and twists and clues that she leaves us throughout the pages of her book. Now it's time for me to do the gnocchi. So now that the water has come to a roaring boil, we're going to add in our gnocchi and we're going to let it boil until all of the gnocchi rise to the top. Once they rise to the top, you let it sit there for about a minute, pull them out, and then we're going to toss them in with that delicious spaghetti sauce that I made. I am not using Tessa's recipe for homemade gnocchi, but I am using this bartenura gnocchi, which is just as flavorful. And so this is how I'm going to make my recipe today. The word gnocchi has an unknown origin, but it is speculated to come from the Italian word gnocca, meaning knuckle. Essentially, gnocchi are a form of dumplings, and of course, not exclusive to Italy. But their light, airy texture and full potato flavor makes them a unique pasta with a long history and classic European cuisine. Even different regions of Italy have their respective versions. Before potatoes, gnocchi existed, but with different ingredients such as squash and breadcrumbs. Gnocchi were the perfect peasant food, both filling and inexpensive. Now, gnocchi itself originates in northern Italy, according to some culinary historians, where the colder climate was better for growing potatoes than grain. In fact, a lot of healthier Italian cuisines comes from northern Italy, like risotto and polenta. Now, the most common way to prepare gnocchi today is to combine mashed potatoes with flour, forming bite-sized balls of dough. Though there exist modern variations that include ricotta, Parmigiano Reggiano, spinach, pumpkin, gorgonzola, and many other ingredients, the main base of the actual dish is potato. However, if you don't have time to make your own gnocchi like me, you can always buy them at the store. Now, you want to make sure that you add the gnocchi once the water has a roaring boil and all of the gnocchi rises to the top, as you see here. Once all of the gnocchi floats to the top, that means that the gnocchi is ready. And it usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes for this to happen. Now, one thing that I will definitely say about this book is that it will definitely keep you glued to the pages, okay? The clues will keep you on your toes. You are going to be guessing, this person did it, that person did it, and you're going to be wrong until you finally figure out, or not figure out, but until the book reveals who is the actual murderer, okay? I love it. It is a great way to just usher in the holiday season. You can munch on some cookies or even bake the cookies that you find in the back of the book as well as sipping on some hot cocoa. Definitely a big thumbs up for this book. I highly recommend it, so please go check it out. This is my honest review. I did not receive an advance copy of this book. This is a book that I saw. What attracted me to the book was the cover, the title, and I just really did enjoy this book. It's an easy, fast read, and I am sure that it's really going to be entertaining for you, especially if you plan to host a book club throughout the holiday season. Maybe not this season, but the next. I would definitely recommend this for you to, just enjoy with your friends as you swap recipes and swap the stories and try to figure out who the killer is as a group. Would be so much fun. So if you want to wish someone a Merry Christmas in Italy, you would say buon, meaning good, and Natale, meaning Christmas, good Christmas, buon Natale. Now, 3 facts that you should know about how Christmas is celebrated in Italy is that, number 1, Santa Claus is really big in Italy. Just like Santa Claus was really big in this story, and they took Santa Claus out. Then again, the person that was dressed as Santa, come on, that Mario character, he wasn't really a nice guy. But anyway, I'll leave that for you as you read the story. But Santa Claus visits kids in Italy on December 6th, on St. Nicholas Day, and children hang stockings and get small treats from St. Nicholas. And it is the beginning of the Christmas season. Not much different from the way we celebrate things here in the United States, but Santa does have a big part over in Italy, just like here in the United States for many. Now, Christmas decorations in Italy are usually more about the nativity scene than any other type of decoration. Presepe, or pesebre, like we say in Spanish, it sounds so similar, but presepe is a setup for churches, towns, squares, and houses alike to represent hope and joy throughout the season. So just like in the United States, we have those who celebrate Christmas with a secular point of view, and those like myself who celebrate Christmas with a biblical point of view, where it's all about the birth of baby Jesus. And so we have those parts in Italy that the nativity scene is of utmost importance. Now, in the story, they are celebrating the festival lights, and this is where Mario is dressing up as Santa, and, they discover him dead, and so here we go with Tessa. Now she is reeling around trying to figure out who took him out. Okay. And this is why I love these types of stories, because they're a fun read, especially when you have like a hard work week and you're just looking to just find some good entertainment. And to be honest with you, you can't find that on TV anymore, right? So having a good book makes all the difference. So if you would like to read the story, make sure to check it out over on Kindle or Audible or at your local library, or pick up your own copy by buying it over on Amazon, and let me know your thoughts. All right, so as you saw, I just threw in my gnocchi into a skillet with some olive oil, and then I added my homemade spaghetti sauce along with some basil, and I just kind of sauteed it and brought it all together so that I'm ready to serve up this dish, just like I served up the book review. You can garnish it with some parsley or basil. I decided to go with basil because I still have some leftovers, and sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese. And that's it. Dinner is ready. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts about the book. Let me know your thoughts about this dish. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment. I love to hear from you, and I love to hear your feedback. Until the next time, guys, make sure you check in next Friday, where I will be reviewing Death by Eggnog and sharing my coquito recipe with you. Bye.